speaking with Dimitri Maex. He's the managing director at OgilvyOne New York. We're talking targeting. And you were telling me off camera just a moment ago that had this panel happened 3 years ago, the topic would have been totally different. The areas where we're targeting have all changed. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, well, I think it was very interesting actually to see what the examples were. Because if you, like you say, if you would have done this 3 years ago, most of the examples would have been very traditional targeting methods, propensity models, segmentations, and then email and DM, and maybe a little bit of display. Today, what you saw, I think, it was a lot more using social data, using a lot more, a bigger variety of data sources to influence both online and offline communication. So I thought that was really interesting.
It's amazing how quickly it's changing. I mean, those are not new things; those are normal things. It just happens so fast.
It happens very fast, yeah. And I think we're only using a fraction of the data we can actually use for targeting. We're going to see a lot more different sources come in, and it's going to change very, very quickly.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about that. What are your tips? How do you think we should be using our data? How will this mature over the next 12 months?
Start from what you want to do with your data, about finding those data sources about your consumers that can really help you pinpoint who they are. But you just got to get out of that traditional mindset of I'm going to buy some demographic data, I'm going to buy some email data. You got to look at data a lot more creatively, I think, and the sources are only going to increase. I mean, that example I gave you of how we matched the lexicon we were using on our own site with the lexicon our customers were using on their site, and how you can then use that as a targeting model, I think is a great example of a very non-obvious solution.
There are many kinds of targeting. There's behavioral, there's social, contextual, geographic, and many more. So can you start by telling us the difference between content-focused targeting and audience-focused targeting?
Yeah, context-focused targeting is very simple. The way you reach your customers is by focusing on what they're actually consuming and what the context is. So you focus on the context in which consumers are making decisions. Audience-based and individual-based targeting, you're just going straight to the person. And I think most of the innovations you've seen over the last couple of years have been at the individual level, with individual level targeting.
Where are companies not doing this well?
I think that people have gotten very good at knowing who to talk to. I still think a lot of companies struggle with what to talk about. So I think the relevance, I think the content, I think the offers, not a lot of innovation has happened there, which is actually interesting, because I think the role of creativity becomes a lot more important in the future. A lot of our creatives are sometimes intimidated by all the technological advances that have been made especially in targeting. But I think ultimately it's still about two things. It's not only finding who to talk to, it's also knowing what to talk about. So creativity will be a huge driver there.
Boy, we used to be able to plead ignorance in this space, and I don't think we can any longer.
No, we can't. Yeah.
2013 is going to be the year of what?
2013 is going to be the year of, I think it'll finally be the year of mobile. I think it's been said so many times. I was at the ANA conference in Orlando a couple of weeks ago, where it's more of a forum. People at that take have known that it's the year of mobile for the last 5 to 10 years. But I really saw at the ANA really CMOs talking about mobile, and I think it's finally there. Yeah.
Okay, finally the year of mobile is coming up next year. Dimitri, thank you so much.
Thank you.